So thank you so much for coming tonight. What a beautiful audience, so attractive. I can see it already. I've been milling about and checking you out as we warm up to the show here tonight. And I started this show last year, and I'm not sure what it is about the true stories that I really like. I'm sort of obsessed with this idea of truth and lies. Maybe it's because I'm a therapist and I sit with people and we try to get to the truth about our lives, or because I don't know, I've had some experiences where people were not honest with me. And early in my career, I had an experience with someone who lied to me and manipulated me in order to get close to a colleague of mine because he wanted to kill him. And you succeeded in getting close to this colleague because of me, because I was very gullible and I believed this guy. And he actually attacked him and tried to kill him. I was working in psychiatry in a hospital in Newark, New Jersey. I wrote a whole show about it called Crazy Town, my first psychopath. But the short version is, this guy got past me and I felt tremendous shame and self-doubt after this occurred about many things. One, just how this person could get by me, how he could get past me so effectively, and also because when this man attacked my colleague, and he did this right in front of me and other people, I was not able to move, I wasn't able to run, I wasn't able to speak, and my legs were like made of sandbags. I just couldn't react. Other people did react, and they saved my colleague's life. So it turned out okay in that way. But I had a lot of trouble getting over it. It was very traumatic. And I was left with, all these questions about myself. And I have to say, it was a life-changing thing. And within a few months, I had expanded into something I had never envisioned for myself, size 16 jeans. Because let's face it, if you're lonely, ashamed, and filled with self-doubt, there are 3 names you want to call that will always be there for you. And those names are Little Debbie, Mrs. Fields, and the entire Entenmann's family. They are always there for you. And they don't let you down. And they don't lie to you. They don't tell you that there's something they're not. Let's face it. But it wasn't helping me answer the questions in my head about where I was in my life. Like, do I even belong working in the field of psychiatry? Am I cut out for this kind of work? Am I able to respond in a crisis? Can I get over this? And the most important question, does this fear make me look fat? So I go to a string of therapists at this point in my life. I go to a cognitive therapist who says I have to know myself. I go to a Gestalt therapist, says I have to love myself. I go to a Buddhist therapist that says I have to lose myself. I go to an existential therapist who says I have to get over myself. So I have to know myself, love myself, lose myself, and get over myself. It's like dating myself, but with a copay. I am learning about myself. I'm learning, and trying to face some things down. And getting better gradually. But I find out about this, and I'm encouraged to go by one of the people that I see, to this Face Your Fears retreat down on the Jersey Shore, Long Branch, New Jersey, where I had never been. And I hate the name of it. And as I'm driving down there, I don't want to go because I don't want to talk to strangers about my shame. I don't want to talk to people about what I'm going through. I'm going. But I hate the name because it should be, if it's a retreat, it should be run from your fears. If it's a retreat, it's like a run from your fears retreat. It doesn't make sense to me. But I'm going down there, and I have these directions. This is before GPSs or anything. And, of course, I make some wrong turn, and there's I don't know where I end up, but I'm not where I'm supposed to be, and it's getting dark, and there's so many roads to get to the same place on the map. So many different routes to get to the same destination as far as I can see. And I begin to just feel like I'm freaking out. Like I'm freaking out. I get so lost and I'm so late. And now my shame is here. It's just I am the biggest loser. I can't even get to my Face Your Fears retreat like a normal person. And I'm hysterical crying. I find the place. I get directions from someone that might have been a psychopath, but he turned out to be an okay guy. But who can tell? I mean, how do you know? And I get to this thing about an hour late, just like jacked up with anxiety, but I'm there. And I walk in time to hear about the last 20 minutes of a lecture. And in this lecture, the woman is talking about fear, and she's talking about what happens in your brain and in your body when you're in a great deal of fear. And she says one very important thing, that all the blood rushes into your extremities and away from your brain, and that you can lose 20 IQ points when you're in the survival response. You go stupid. And she says there's 3 responses: fight, flight, or freeze. Well, I didn't really know about the freeze one. I really hadn't heard that one. I knew about fight or flight. And the freeze one, she said, you really don't have a choice. Your subconscious is going to make that call. When you're in that survival moment, your subconscious will make that call, and you really don't have a choice. And with that information, I just feel a level of that shroud of shame come off of me, and I feel better. Now we have to pair up and talk to another participant, and this guy just makes a beeline for me, makes it very easy for me to talk to him, and he says, "Hey, Jude," because it's my name tag. "Hey, Jude. Hey, I bet you get that a lot because your name, because your name is Jude. I mean, my name is Frank. Everybody says I'm Frank. What else could I be? I'm Frank. Who else could I be? And I'm just going along, and I say, well, maybe Ernest, because so I thought that was kind of cute, And he says, well, I was just kidding around, Jude. I mean, I would not seriously think that, like, the Beatles wrote that song for you or something like that. Like, get over yourself, Jude. I mean, I'm just being frank. I mean, what else could I be? That's my name, right? What else could I be? And I'm thinking, after he said that, I'm thinking, maybe Dick. And now, the next phase of the exercise is that we have to tell our partner, I'm thinking, I gotta get away from this guy. This guy's aggressive, he's weird, and he's all over me in a really inappropriate way. And I have to get away from him. And the next phase of the exercise is that we have to tell our partner why we're here and what we hope to get out of this 3-day retreat. And what I want to get out of it is being able to identify a toxic person and get away from them before they have a chance to do some kind of damage to me or to somebody else. But I don't want to hurt his feelings, and I don't want to be difficult. So I look at Frank, and I say, I forgot something in my room. I have to go right now. And I ran away because I was at a retreat, and that's what you do. You run away. And I avoided him for the entire weekend. Thank you. Thank you. I don't know if you're applauding my story or that I was this passive-aggressive person in my much younger years, but I had to get over. That was the best I could do at that point. So, okay, so we have 4 fabulous storytellers here tonight that have a lot to offer. You have your work cut out for you to find out who is the one person that's telling their story without alteration, without huge exaggerations or some kind of altered detail. So this is how it works. There are 4 storytellers. One of them is telling the unvarnished truth. 3 of them are telling also true stories, real events that happened to them. And they're changing some details. Could be a minor detail, could be a very insignificant detail, could be a significant detail that's just hard to notice because of the way they craft the story. So that's your job, is just to really listen, and you're going to really enjoy hearing the stories. I know you are. And after the 4 stories are told, we're going to have a little break. We're going to come back, and then Act 2 is all about you. All about you guys who took your night to come out tonight and spend it with us telling stories. So applaud yourselves because you're awesome.